This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Inside the ring, outside the ring, it's all here.
We're talking about the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling.
Now here's your host,
the cream of the crop,
Nick Dieterding.
Come on!
Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Podcast. My name is Nick Dieterding. On this episode, I go one-on-one with Danny Limelight, a really good conversation. We talk MLW, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Eddie Kingston, Tom Lawlor, Team Filthy. The list goes on. It's a really good conversation. But before we get to the conversation, here is a programming note for the next two episodes. The next episode after this one will be with Brian Pillman Jr., and then the next episode will be with the Rated R superstar. No, not Edge, Tony Chimmel, the living legend himself. So let's get to it. Here it is with Danny Limelight. See ya. Danny, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. How you doing, bud?
Mi gente, what's going on, baby? Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Absolutely, dude. Last time I saw you was in Philadelphia. I went with my buddy to the New Japan show, the Strong show. Dude, fire promo before the
match?
Yes. I actually have it. I recorded it.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
see
dope.
it. I gotta see it from your angle. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to show it?
Sure, yeah, you can play it.
All right.
Yeah.
You see, bring that camera here. It wasn't too long ago, I picked up a big win in DC for Team Filthy. Now you shut your damn mouth. It wasn't too long ago, I picked up a big win in DC, and instead of shaking my head like a man, David Finley decided to show the whole world just how much he was silver spoon-fed professional wrestling.
There you
by
go.
hitting me in the head with a shillelagh. I mean, what happened to my name is Finley and I like to fight? I mean, the only thing you showed me, baby, is that you think because you have a last name no one's cared about in the last 15 years, that you can do whatever you want. I bet your little brother, Brogan, has more fight than you, David. But I get it. You was mad you couldn't get the job done in DC, Bobby, and I'm gonna tell you what, you're not gonna get the job done tonight. So if you come out here with that stupid shillelagh, I'm gonna shove it so far down your throat, your father's gonna have to send his favorite son Swagger out to reach his hand so far up your ass just to get it out.
Boom. Let's hear it. How did that feel to get that off your chest?
Man, I'm a heat magnet, bro. You put a microphone in my hand. I like to say mics on, safety's off. So I'm liable to say whatever I want, whatever I'm feeling. And then, David Finley's a phenomenal athlete. He's, comes from the legendary family, and he came out and he made me work.
Yeah, you did.
That was an intense match, man. I was like, man, okay. Sometimes talking shit really puts me in situations where, I got no choice but to fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you broke in with Rocky Romero, and now you're part of the group team Filthy with Tom Lawlor.
Right.
How's that transition been? I mean, it's just like one to the other. It's just like polar opposites.
Yeah, man. I definitely, when I made my debut with New Japan, everybody was comparing me to Rocky Romero, and me and Rocky had a thing going until I turned on him and joined Team Filthy. But I mean, could you blame me? Who wouldn't want to be side by side with Tom Lawlor, J.R. Kratos, the West Coast Wrecking Crew? Rocky's our own man. I like to call him a little viejito now, So I sided with Team Filthy. I think we've been the most entertaining thing on New Japan Strong since we started. Tom Lawlor's the longest reigning New Japan Openweight Strong champion of all time. And I think that we have a good thing going with the group. It's been great. We've been killing it, whenever we make towns or we're on the road, we have a blast, bro. Yeah. And, being able to cut a live promo like that in front of the crowd, a hot crowd of Philadelphia. You guys are always hot. You guys always loud. You guys know what you like and know what you don't like. And they damn sure didn't like me running my mouth. So, I just came out there and talked my shit the filthy way.
Yeah, I dig it. It seems like you rather cut a heel promo than a face or a baby face. What is it? What's the difference? Why do you, I'm assuming, but it looked like you had more fun cutting a heel promo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, naturally, I'm just, I'm an arrogant, cocky son of a bitch, and I think that for me, it's just more natural to just come out and speak my truth. I feel like right now I'm in a point in my career where, I'm walking with this chip on my shoulder. I've wrestled the best wrestlers in the world. I've proven myself, and I feel like I'm underrated and overhated. I feel like I don't get enough. I don't want to say praise, but I don't get enough money, I should say, for my work ethic, for what I do. And so everything that I say on a microphone is real. That shit comes straight from the heart. So it's more of a heelish, and it makes it look like I'm having more fun doing it because I'm speaking my truth. When I'm on the microphone, I'm speaking my truth. And I think that people don't want to hear me talk because they don't like what I got to say, because you know what it is? People can't handle the truth.
Yeah. And I feel like reality based is so much better. I mean, to an extent, Yeah. I love it. I'm a big Tom Lawlor fan. Obviously, I'm a big Danny Limelight fan. I'm having you on my program, so I do appreciate it. But what is it like? What is it like in the locker room with Tom Lawlor and Team Filthy? I mean, you could just see you guys have so much fun in the ring, and then backstage, dude. I bet it's a ball.
Oh man, we are the Filthy Five for a reason. We're filthy animals. It's real, man. It's real brotherly love. We got our own little group chat. We shoot the shit, checking on each other. Tom's the fucking man, bro. Sorry for my language.
I would say the same thing.
Tom is the man for many reasons, because, where he came from, he made that transition from fighting UFC and damn, he was a bad dude there,
He was.
And he made a transition to professional wrestling, and he makes it look so easy. And, 2 years in a row, he was, Match of the Year candidate and Match of the Year winner at New Japan Strong with Fred Rosser. They have had an amazing feud for the last 2 years. Tom is great. I love him. I got a lot of love for that dude. Whenever I'm watching UFC fights, I always text him like, yo, who's your money on today? Kind of thing. And then Royce and Jarrell, those are my boys. I've known Royce and Jarrell a very long time. I've actually known them the longest out of everybody from the group. Good dudes. They're tight as hell. They're them dudes is brothers, and then Kratos is like the big brother, like Kratos is like the OG. He's more quiet, reserved, but when he gets in on it, he's a funny motherfucker too, man. He's the most feared for a reason. He carries himself that way. But we always have our own little locker room situation. We usually only have our own little spots. Usually the five of us in there chilling. Black Tiger, when he's there, he's with us too. We have a very, very close-knit group. I love being part of Team Filthy. I think we're the most fun thing, the most exciting thing. We bring a different kind of taste and flavor to New Japan Strong.
Yeah.
And it's great, man. I love being part of that group for real. It's been one of the highlights of my career for sure.
I dig it. We went to an event before Forbidden Door at Warrior Wrestling. It was in Chicago, and we saw Tom Lawlor go one-on-one with Davey Richards. Dude, yeah, phenomenal. But yeah, back to you. I am a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. I went to the event in Philadelphia, and I did not get what I wanted at Forbidden Door. I mean, it was an amazing show. There was a lot of matches, but I wanted to see strong guys. I wanted to see Lawler. I wanted to see Roser. I wanted to see Limelight. Was there a reason why we didn't see some of the strong competitors there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that the Forbidden Door pay-per-view was awesome. I thought it was great. There was a lot of great matches. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. But if, looking at the G1 Climax, you got guys from Strong going there. Tom Lawlor's going to be there.
Good point.
Bad Dude Tito is going to be there, Clark Connors was just in the BOSJ, he's from New Japan Strong. I mean, he's a New Japan guy, but he's been on Strong the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You seen, guys from the Dojo, like KC, who just really when New Japan Strong happened.
Clark
Connors
schedule
battling for the All Atlantic Championship. Yeah, you know, they have their reasons. I don't like to think into stuff like that too much. You know, I kind of just stay in my lane, worry about me, worry about Team Filthy. But I think it would have been dope to have Tom Lawlor there. You know,
dude,
he was the champ for the last 2 years. Why not? You know, or the last year and however long it was, year or something. But he's been the man on strong for the last 2 years. It would have been cool to see him there. Or even, you know, it would have been cool to do Team Filthy versus, you know, one of the other little groups they got over there, you know, Dark Order or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about. Cool. Yeah.
You know, I would have loved to have, you know, if they weren't already in their own thing, you know, the Jericho Appreciation Society wasn't already their own thing. I think it would be cool to see the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Team Filthy, you know, Tom Lawlor and Jericho, you know, me and Sammy, or me and Garcia, you know, Kratos and Jake Hager, you know, the West Coast Wrecking Crew, and the other two guys that's on this, you know, like I think it would have been a good time, you know.
Yes.
But maybe next time, you know, you never know.
Next time,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, you went one-on-one with Moxley, Omega. I mean, the list goes on. You did work with AEW for a little, so that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I had a great time there as well. I had a lot of fun.
What happened? I mean, again, we don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but why haven't we seen more of Danny Limelight? Excuse me. I mean, I'm a big fan. You're on my show. I'm biased, but what happened? I mean, again, if you don't want to go into it, we don't have to.
I'm currently signed with Major League Wrestling.
Okay.
So I can't, you know, I can't compete in right now.
That makes sense.
But I'm still allowed to work. I'm still allowed to work the New Japan Strong shows. I'm still allowed to work United Wrestling Network, do my independent dates. But, you know, I'm with MLW right now, and, you know, I got a year left on contract. We'll see how things go after that. But, you know, I'm having fun there too, you know, so we'll see. I mean, I wasn't part of the New York City show, but whatever, right?
Yeah. Now, speaking of MLW, what is the difference between Indies and New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Oh man, there's a huge difference. You know, I think that Indies versus TV wrestling in general is a huge difference. I don't really do independent dates anymore. I don't really do indie bookings. The last independent show I did was the Lucha Brothers show, and that's because it's the Lucha Brothers. They're my boys, and those shows are always insane. But really, I'm only really working MLW, New Japan Strong, and United Wrestling Network. You know, I have bust my ass on the independents, you know, early in my career, and then once everything kind of took off with New Japan and AEW, I kind of stopped doing the independent shows.
Yeah,
I'll do very rarely make an occasional appearance at, like, you know, the Lucha Brothers show. They're every 3 months though, or FSW in Vegas, you know, or, you know, maybe a East Coast show. I'll fly out to the East Coast to do a show, but really, like, I don't really do it because I like to be on TV. I like to make sure that I'm not getting hurt wrestling random indie shows.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like my money, man. So if I'm gonna wrestle, I want to be paid. If I'm gonna wrestle out of state, I want to be flown. I want to stay in a hotel. Like, people could say, "Oh, I'm asking for too much," but I'm asking for my worth. I know my worth. And besides, like I said, I've wrestled the best wrestlers in the world. If you want me to come to your show and wrestle your guys, you know,
put up.
Exactly.
Yep. No, exactly. I dig it.
I ain't hungry I ain't hungry or starving for wrestling attention or wrestling buzz that bad. You feel me? You know, when I'm on a camera, I'm on a TV screen, I got a microphone in my hand, or I'm wrestling, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, I always show out, try my best, talk my shit, do whatever it is, you know, and I think I'm doing a good job at that. But as far as, like, just, you know, all these little random indie shows, you know, one town here, one town there, the promoters don't want to pay you. You know, you got to fight to get your money, and they don't want to fly you all the time. I'm good on that. I'm not driving 5 hours to Arizona. Sorry, not doing it. To wrestle in front of 35 people for $150. I'm not doing it. And I tell promoters no all the time. I tell promoters no, because I don't need it that bad. I make real good money. I'm enjoying myself in LA. I'm in Hollywood. I'm having a blast. I'm keeping myself busy, and I'm living that life. So, you know, that's the difference. You know, it's not for me anymore, really.
Yeah. I mean, you showed in the ring, you showed on the mic. That's it. That's your ticket. That's your calling. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Now, I usually don't bring up negativity, but Eddie Kingston has been body shamed on Twitter. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Your boy, Tom Lawlor, tweeted out yesterday or a day before or a couple of days ago, you know, standing up for Eddie Kingston. What's the deal there? I mean, it's just nonsense nowadays.
So, you know, bullies are going to be bullies. People are gonna, try to make themselves feel better about themselves by body shaming somebody else, by trying to disrespect somebody else, by humiliating somebody else. You know, to me, that's just a self-esteem issue. That's a personal problem that the person has. I mean, I'm sorry, not everybody has the physical capabilities or genealogy to be able to be in a certain kind of shape. Everybody's body's different. You don't know, for all we know, he could be dealing with injuries and he's pushing through to put on a show for the crowd, the fans. Maybe he's battling injuries and can't get to the gym right now.
Yeah, I think he
maybe
has a back
we don't know.
injury.
We don't know what that man's going through. And then and it doesn't matter what anybody looks like. My concern is and this is not only about Eddie Kingston, who I think is an incredible professional wrestler, an incredible storyteller. So who cares are they delivering in the ring? Absolutely. So why do you feel as a fan that you have to go and body shame somebody? And I see when they're body shaming women or they're body shaming other wrestlers. I know like a while back they were talking about Chris Jericho, who for the last 30-something years has remained relevant in the professional wrestling world and has done a lot for so many upcoming talents. They were body shaming Brock a while back. Next week it'll be somebody else. Next month it'll be they were shaming Moxley because of his alcohol situation. They'll find something to say about somebody because that's how people are. They got nothing better to do with their lives than to worry about the next man, the next woman. Me, like I said, I worry about myself. I stay in my lane. I do my thing. I have my fun. I go to the gym. I work out. I bust my ass. But maybe there's somebody out there who thinks that Danny Limelight isn't in good enough shape. And so tomorrow they're gonna be bashing me because maybe my calves ain't big enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
People will find. Yeah, it's dumb. Of course, Tom Lawlor's gonna speak up. And I've seen a lot of people speaking up. Yeah. And honestly, like that's all. That's how it should be. That's all it really takes is for people to stand up and be like, yo, we're not gonna tolerate this bullying stuff. Like we're not gonna tolerate this shaming because suicide is real. I did 10 years in the military and I had a lot of brothers and sisters that took their lives because of stuff like that. Simple things like that, calling somebody fat or out of shape or taking pictures of them and trying to make them look bad, Then what happens? God forbid. I know Eddie's a strong person, strong individual, so he wouldn't. But what if, it pushed him over the edge, and then nobody stood up for him or nobody spoke out of him or nobody defended him. And now we lost a brother who's done a lot for this business for a lot of people. You feel me? So I think people really just need to fucking let it go.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up.
Yeah. It's 2022.
Stop worrying about stop worrying about the next man. Stop worrying about what they look like, what they're wearing, or, who they fucking sleep. None of that shit should matter to anybody but that person. Yeah. Watch the show or don't watch it. That's it.
Yeah. Take it for what it's worth.
And what's crazy? The people that are doing this, I would love to see what the people that are doing this look like.
Yeah.
Can you run? Can you fucking hold your own in the ring for 5 minutes? Can you run the ropes back and forth without fucking passing out? Because he could do it. Eddie could do it. Eddie could give you a 30-minute match easily.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Eddie, staying strong through all this.
Yeah. But you said something in the beginning. You said you're in school. What are you in school for? What are you doing? Let's hear it. That's really dope.
Yeah. I'm in school for acting. I go to the New York Film Academy in Los Angeles so a lot of people that don't know this, a lot of people do know this. I don't know. Aside from wrestling, I'm an actor and a stuntman in LA.
Okay.
I'm with the union, SAG-AFTRA. I've worked on a lot of projects, did a lot of stuff. The last year and a half, my daughter as well, she's been killing it nonstop. She just finished the movie with Terrence Howard not too long ago. So we're staying busy over here. So I'm going to school right now, just learning and just trying to apply that to my auditions and callbacks and things like that. But also, being able to improv and ad-lib when I'm in the ring with a microphone.
I was about to say,
has helped me a lot.
Yeah, and it shows. That's cool. Any gigs yet, or is this still the early process of learning the trait and then see where it goes?
I've done a few things. No. I co-starred an episode of NCIS the beginning of the year. I've done the Backstage commercial. I've worked on a few films. Where I was, doing stunts or fighting and having like a actual scene fighting the main characters of the films. I got a film coming out soon with starring Byron Mann. He was in Wu Assassins, Altered Carbon, the Ryu from the 1996 Street Fighter. He's been around, done a lot. He's the main star of the film. Also Robert Patrick from the 2. He plays the main antagonist of the film. doctors. So yeah, it stars Byron Mann, from Wu Assassins, Altered Carbon. Right, he played Ryu from the Street Fighter film back in the day. He's been around for a while. And it stars Robert Patrick from Terminator 2. And I mean, Robert Patrick's resume speaks for himself. But the movie's called Dark Asset, and I play one of the assets. You know, it's like think of like a super soldier serum film, but it's instead of a serum, it's a chip that's put into these people's body, and it amplifies their abilities and stuff. So it's a fun action film. I have a pretty cool fight scene with Byron, who did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
So I just want to shout out Nick Herms and Ihan Tong. They're the stunt coordinators that brought me on set. And then I had a movie come out not too long ago called Lord of the Streets, starring Treach from Naughty by Nature, Khalil Roundtree, Rampage Jackson, another action movie where I had a fight in a prison yard with one of the main actors. Right now, I'm currently on hold for a Netflix show. Can't speak too much on that until it happens or not. And I'm a writer too. You know, I did a short film called Joe Riv, released a year ago at film festivals. We won 6 awards.
Damn.
You know, 6 awards, and I won for Best Actor. It's all on my IMDb page. And now I'm in the process of taking that film, Joe Riv, and turning it into a full-length feature film. So I'm about 60 pages deep in writing right now, but you know, it's a process.
Of course.
So school has been helping me do all that, just master my craft and just stay busy, really stay productive, you know. And at the same time, I get to teach my daughter, and she's killing it as well at an even younger age. So.
Yeah, I was about to ask. She's pretty young, right? I see her in your Instagram photo. She's trying to become an actress.
Yeah, she's 8 years old. She's done a cereal commercial. She's done a McDonald's commercial. She's done a couple little short films. And then she just finished her first main feature film called Skeletons in the Closet, starring Terrence Howard, Cuba Gooding Jr., Valerie Ortiz, Clifton Powell. So she plays the main actress's younger version of herself in the film. It's a horror thriller. And she did a phenomenal job. So I just want to shout out my daughter, Khaleesi Rivera, because she's killing it.
That's great.
And we also booked a role in a film called AFK. It was another horror film that will be going into production in September timeframe. So we'll be getting ready to shoot that. So I'm excited for that as well.
New Japan, I think the last show you were on for New Japan Strong was Philadelphia, correct? Or are they doing more taping?
The last time I wrestled for New Japan was in Philly.
Okay.
They just had some stuff in LA go down, in Los Angeles, at the Vermont. So there's more. They got a live show coming up in August.
Okay.
In North Carolina, I believe. So yeah, they're still rocking and rolling over there. You never know when Danny Limelight gonna pop back up. You know, I know that right now Team Filthy's getting ready to head out to Japan. You know, Tom Lawlor's getting ready for G1 Climax.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see what's up.
I dig it, man.
West Coast Wrecking Crew just competed in the tournament for the tag team championships. So
nice. What's next for Danny? What's next for Danny Limelight? I mean, what do we got planned? I mean, you just listed off a good amount of shit that you're doing right now.
Right. Yeah. So this Friday, I don't know when this is airing, but this Friday, as the time of this recording, I'm wrestling for PCW. Me and Lindsay Dorado 1-on-1.
Nice.
Then I got the 19th United Wrestling Network live from the Irvine Improv. Me versus Slice Boogie. The 5150 is gonna collide. The Bodega's gonna collide in a match for the Golden Opportunity. And then the 23rd VWE. Me and Slice Boogie wrestling Lil Cholo and Chavo Guerrero Jr. At VWE. So that's going down. That's a huge match for me just because of people that know me know how I feel about the Guerrero family.
Yeah.
So just being able to get in the ring with Chavo, somebody I grew up watching, is pretty dope. That's it, man. I got some dates coming up in August. You know, I'm gonna be heading out to New Jersey for the first time in 2 or 3 years now to wrestle out there.
Oh shit, where at?
For Win, it's in New Jersey. It'll be me, Slice Boogie, and Hernandez. So the OG of LAX and 5150 teaming up against Los Maximos, the SAT, Spanish announce team.
Word. I'll look into that. See if I can
First
get to it.
time ever match.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should, man. It's gonna be sick. I'll send you the fly. I'll send you the fly after this. It's a pretty good looking card. It's gonna be a fun time, you know.
Please do. Danny, it's been an honor. Thank you for coming on. I do appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Yeah, man. Give the people what they want. How can they find you?
Give the people what they want. Mi gente, I'm not hard to find. I'm on all social media platforms at Danny Limelight, prowrestlingtees.com/Danny Limelight. Just look me up, hit me up. Let's talk, let's link. You know, if you in LA, you want to party, hit me up. I got the connects to all the clubs out here as well. Let's just have a blast, man. Have fun, enjoy life, do your thing. And you too, man. You got to come out to the West Coast, baby.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Danny. You can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. Peace.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the UW Podcast, baby.